South African President Jacob Zuma has denied being influenced by anyone in the appointment of cabinet ministers. This is following allegations by the Deputy Finance Minister that a wealthy family close to President Zuma offered him the job of Finance Minister. It is believed that the Gupta family may have been behind President Zuma's decision to sack the then Finance Minister Nhlanhla Nene in December. Responding to a question in Parliament on Thursday, President Zuma denied any involvement in the appointments row.
My question to you, Mr. President, whether the Gupta family has ever offered anybody a cabinet position in your term of office as president, or is Minister Jonas in fact lying? Because if in fact he is, or he's not, is the president willing to take accountability for the decision and resign in front of the people of South Africa?
I appointed Jonas as a deputy minister. That's what I offered Jonas. I never offered Jonas ministry. That's why he's a deputy minister. If Jonas says he was offered by the Guptas, I think you'll be well placed to ask the Guptas or Jonas. Don't ask me. Where do I come in? I had no business with that.
When following the confrontation, the opposition leader was then ejected out of Parliament. President Zuma has previously said his ties with the family are above board. The claims concerning the Gupta family have erupted following a prolonged confrontation with Finance Minister Pravin Gordhan, who eventually replaced Nene. The country's Deputy Finance Minister Jonas earlier announced that the family had offered him a job as the country's finance minister. He, however, says he turned down that offer. In his statement, Jonas said the offer made a mockery of South Africa's 22-year-old democracy. Let's get more perspectives on this now, and CCTV's Angelo Coppola is live for us from Johannesburg. Angelo, the appointments controversy has generated quite a storm. How is it being received and viewed by the South African public, though? Are they satisfied with President Zuma's response to the allegations?
Beatrice, nobody's satisfied with the response to the president, especially in terms of what he did in Parliament today. The EFF wasn't on hand in the House today, so it was left to the DA, and it appears that they missed a golden opportunity to get the president to deal with the issue. By all accounts, they fluffed it. Many accusing the official opposition of actually asking the wrong question. Black Business Council, the Business Leadership Organization, SACI, the Chamber of Mines, all of these business entities are disappointed with the response by the president. And these organizations represent business, and there's this so-called closer cooperation and glasnost between business and the state, as evidenced in the last couple of weeks in the roadshows that have been going on. So it appears that that good working relationship has been damaged and tainted to a certain extent. And if that's the case, it's very likely that the average person on the street, by extension, is also disappointed. Whether this translates into any changing voter patterns in the upcoming municipal elections, though, remains to be seen. Beatrice?
Well, Angelo, the controversy, though, has given rise to calls for the ANC to recall President Zuma. Is this an issue we should expect to see discussed at the planned ANC National Executive Committee meeting this weekend?
Well, the political analysts are divided here. All are saying that this corporate capture of the state will be discussed, but they're divided about whether the recall of President Zuma will actually be on the agenda. It does appear that the battle lines have been drawn, and it seems that the various factions, only alluded to before, are actually in fact a reality. Whether Zuma gets recalled remains to be seen, but as ex-MP Barbara Hogan put it a little earlier, the ANC will have to think very strategically and carefully about how they get rid of the rot. Whether she was referring to President Zuma or not is unclear, but when the 86-member executive committee does sit down in Irene near Pretoria tomorrow, they will have their plates full, and the decisions they're going to take there are going to affect the future of the ruling party. Beatrice?
All right, Angelo Coppola for us there on those developments in South Africa, joining us there from Johannesburg.